Hey everyone, welcome back to another daily problem. Today we are looking at a problem called Find the maximum number of elements in subset. As always, if you get confused at any point, just drop a question in the comments below. I try to read and reply to all of them. Alright, let's jump in. Here is the problem description. It looks a little mathematical, so let's break down exactly what it's asking us to do, step by step. We are given a list of positive integers. Our job is to pick out some of these numbers to create a new, smaller list, which we call a subset. The order we pick them in doesn't matter. The big catch is that the numbers we pick have to follow a very specific pattern when we lay them out. I like to call this pattern a mountain of squares. So what does a mountain of squares look like? Let's look at this example. 2, 4, 16, 4, 2. Notice how the numbers go up. The first half of the mountain increases. Every time we take a step up, the new number is exactly the square of the previous number. So 2 squared is 4, and 4 squared is 16. Once we reach the highest number, 16 in this case, that's our peak. There is always exactly one peak element in the middle of our mountain. After the peak, the mountain goes back down, mirroring the exact same steps we took to get up. This means to build a mountain, we need pairs of identical numbers. We need 2 2s, 2 4s, and so on. But we only need exactly one of the peak number. Let's talk about how to solve this. The official approach uses a hash table and enumeration. But why? Biggest clue to solving this efficiently is realizing how fast numbers grow when you square them. The problem constraints tell us the largest number in our starting array can be at most 1 billion. Let's say we start our mountain with the smallest possible number, which is 2. We go up a step by squaring it, which gives us 4. Squaring 4 gives us 16. 16 squared is 256. Squaring that gets us over 65,000. If we square 65,000, we jump all the way past 4 billion. That is larger than our maximum allowed value of 1 billion. What does this mean? It means even starting with the smallest possible step, we hit the limit incredibly fast. A valid mountain can only have a handful of numbers on the way up. Because the mountains are guaranteed to be so tiny, we don't need a complex math formula. We can literally just check every unique number in our list, pretend it's the start of a mountain, and see how high we can build it. There is one massive exception to this rule though. What if our starting number is 1? 1 squared is just 1. It never grows. That means a mountain made entirely of ones is perfectly valid, and it can be as long as we want, as long as we have enough ones. So we have to handle the number 1 separately. We just count how many ones we have in total. Because a mountain must have a single peak, its total length is always an odd number. So we have an even number of ones, we just ignore one of them. So here is the plan. First, we need a way to quickly look up how many of each number we have. A hash map or dictionary is perfect for this. Second, we look specifically at our count of ones, calculate the maximum odd length we can make, and save that as our current best answer. Then, we remove the ones from our map so we don't check them again. Third, we loop through every other unique number in our dictionary. We will treat each of these as the potential base of a new mountain. For whatever number we are testing, we check our map. Do we have at least 2 of these? If yes, great. We add 2 to our current mountain length, square the number, and repeat the check with the new squared number. We keep squaring until we no longer have a pair. At that point, the number we are currently on has to be the peak. We just check if we have at least one of this number left in our map. If we do, we add 1 to our length for the peak. If we don't, we just step back down, effectively losing the last pair we counted. Here is the full Python code from the editorial. Don't worry about trying to read it all at once. Let's trace through it with an example to see it in action. By the way, if you want to test this code out yourself without retyping it, you can go to the leetcodeunlocked.com/link in the description, so you can copy the code that is shown and explained in this video. Now getting back to the explanation, let's run a quick dry run using this simple input. 5, 4, 1, 2, 2. First, the counter counts all the frequencies. We have 1 5, 1 4, 1 1, and 2 2s. Next, we handle the ones. We only have a single 1. That's an odd number, so our starting best answer is 1. We then remove the ones from our dictionary. Now we start looping through the remaining numbers. Let's say we start with 5. Our while loop asks, do we have at least 2 5s? No, we only have 1. So the while loop doesn't even start. Since the loop didn't run, our base size is 0. We check if 5 can be a peak. Yes, we have 1 5. So the total size is 1. Our best answer is still 1. Let's try starting our mountain with the number 2. Do we have at least 2 2s? Yes, we do. We add 2 to our current mountain size, and we square our number. 2 squared is 4. Now we need to check if we can continue the mountain with 4s. Do we have at least 2 4s? We check our map, and no, we only have a single 4. So the while loop ends. But we do have at least one 4. That means 4 becomes our peak. We take our size of 2, add 1 for the peak, giving us a total size of 3. 3 is bigger than our previous best answer of 1, so our new best answer is 3. Let's quickly talk about complexity. The time complexity is big O of n times log m, where n is the number of elements in our array, and m is the maximum value in the array. Building the hash map takes order n time. For each unique number, we might square it a few times, but as we proved earlier, because m is capped at 1 billion, the number of squaring steps is tiny, basically a constant. The space complexity is order n, because in the worst-case scenario, every number in the array is unique, and our hash table will need to store an entry for every single one of them. Alright, that covers the Python solution. As promised, here are the full solutions for Java, C++, and JavaScript. Instead of pausing and typing these out, you can just go to leetcodeunlock.com via the link in the description to copy and paste the exact code directly. Here is the full solution in Java. Next up, here is the C++ version. And finally, here is the solution in JavaScript. So, let's wrap it up. The biggest lesson here is to always look at the problem constraints. Knowing the numbers could only go up to 1 billion made a seemingly complex math problem into a quick brute force search. Also, remember to watch out for special edge cases like the number 1. Before we finish, I want to quickly mention why this channel looks and sounds the way it does. You can probably tell this is narrated by AI. I built this tool for myself to generate instant, clear explanations the moment a daily problem drops. It helps me study much faster, and I upload them here without any ads or sponsorships in case they help you too. I recently changed up the video format a bit to make it faster paced, so please let me know what you think in the comments. I also want to mention I have another channel called Leetcode Unlocked. I'm on a mission to eventually post a solution for literally every single Leetcode problem on the platform. If you want to study problems outside of just the daily challenge, make sure to check it out. If you want to help support that goal of covering every problem, you can donate at buymeaboba.com/leetcodedaily. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I post the daily Leetcode problem as soon as it comes out so you can get your streak done early. Keep coding, and I'll catch you in the next one.